There's one principle, one quiet but powerful shift that separates those who merely wish for change from those who actually build the life they envision. And it starts here. If you're watching this, you're likely someone with ambitions. Not vague wishes, real goals. Goals that feel heavy, distant, and sometimes impossible to reach. You might think time is slipping by, and with every passing year, you're no closer to who you want to be. And here's the thing, you're not alone. Most people live in that space, where dreams live in notebooks, on vision boards, and in silent daydreams, but never quite become reality. You've probably seen videos before, the kind that fire you up for a day or two, but then that spark fades and you're back to square one. So let's ask the real question. Is lasting change even possible? Can you move beyond the paralysis of big goals and finally make progress that sticks? The answer is yes, but it requires one simple shift in how you operate. And it's not some big secret or perfect system. It's much simpler. Let's explore this. Picture this. A mechanic stands in a garage, surrounded by every tool imaginable. The car they need to fix is right in front of them. But instead of reaching for a wrench, they're frozen, thinking about how long the repair might take, what could go wrong, whether they're even good enough to pull it off. Hours pass. Nothing happens. That's how most people treat their goals. They wait for the perfect mindset, the ideal moment, the surge of motivation that never quite arrives. But action doesn't begin with inspiration. It works the other way around. Action creates inspiration, not the other way around. Waiting to feel ready is one of the most reliable ways to stay exactly where you are. Let's flip the script. Instead of overanalyzing the entire mountain ahead of you, look at the first step. One tiny doable action. A phone call, a 5-minute brainstorm, a short workout, sending an email, writing the first sentence. These small, almost forgettable actions are the real magic. Because once you start, everything changes. The brain shifts, energy rises, focus locks in, you begin to move, and movement builds momentum. Think about the times you've said, "I'll start tomorrow," then scrolled, waited, doubted. That's not laziness, that's the loop. The mental cycle that keeps you stuck. But here's the good news. One decision is all it takes to interrupt that loop. Momentum isn't a lightning strike. It's a spark, a small one, but enough to ignite something real. Right now, you don't need a perfect plan. You don't need to map out the next 5 years. You just need to pick one action and do it. That's it. This isn't about hustle culture or grinding yourself into the ground. It's about direction. It's about giving your brain proof that you're capable, that progress is possible, even when you don't feel like it. Let's use another scenario. A musician wants to write an album, but instead of writing a song, they wait until inspiration hits. Days pass, then weeks, then years, nothing. But the ones who finish albums, they sit down every day, even when the creativity isn't there. They play one chord, write one verse. The masterpiece doesn't come from motivation, it comes from motion. The same principle applies to every field. Athletes, writers, entrepreneurs, artists, students, parents. It all comes down to one thing, action over emotion. When you take action, even in the smallest way, you're teaching your brain a new pattern. You're rewiring it to associate movement with reward. Here's something to consider. You might be overestimating how much you need to do today and underestimating how much one step could change everything. What's one thing you could do today to shift forward? One decision, one move. You don't need to know the entire path. You just need to walk the next meter of it. And let's be honest, many people will hear this and nod. They'll agree, maybe even feel a brief spark, but they won't do anything. They'll keep waiting for a better time, for clarity, for perfect circumstances. But not you, not today, because you understand now, you can't wait for momentum you created. So if there's one message to take from this, it's this. Stop overthinking. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start. One small action, right now. This is the separation point. The subtle line between staying stuck in dreams or finally living the life those dreams were pointing toward. If you're still here, take this as your sign. Your next step doesn't need to be grand. It just needs to begin.